the economically important food plants such as cereals, fiber, pulses and timbers. As we all know, plants are the fundamental prerequisite for all living forms. The three basic amenities like food, clothing and shelter are provided exclusively by plants. An important branch of botany which deals with the improvement in the economic aspect of human being is called economic botany. We all know that cereals constitute the chief and supporting food for mankind and they form the staple food for the sustenance. Millets are useful nutritive food stuff and is most preferable diet for diabetic patients. Man has been using plant fibers since time immemorial to satisfy many of his needs. Early man was using various plant pots to cover his body. Fibrous plants were naturally chosen as they were hard. Modern man uses fibers for variety of purposes like textiles, weaving, ropes, furniture, etc. Cereals and millet form the food for mankind. The word cereal is originated from Roman god Ceres, the giver of grains. Cereals are larger grains and the term millets refers to small seeded cereals. Cereals belong to the family Poaceae of Graminae which are monocotyledons. Botanically, they are the fruits of grasses called Caryopsis, in which fruit wall and seed coats are fused together. They develop from superior monocarpellary ovary. They are indehiscent fruits and embryo contains plumule and radicle. The plumule is enclosed by coleoptile and radicle by coleorhizae. The principal food material is the carbohydrate stored in the endosperm. The important cereals include rice, wheat and maize. The other minor cereals are rye, oats, etc. The important millets are ragi and jowar. In addition, many millets like pearl millet, kodo millet are under cultivation. Let us study the cereals in detail. Rice. It is one of the staple foods of half of the world population. The rice culture dominates in Southeast Asian countries. In India, rice is grown cheaply in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and other states. The cultivated rice has two species, namely Oryza sativa, that is Asian rice, and Oryza glavirima, African rice. These two species are believed to be originated from the common ancestor Oryza perennis. The native home of rice is mostly the peninsular India. There are about 1,20,000 morphological varieties in the world, and in India the collection exceeds 30,000 varieties. Some of the common rice varieties are Jaya, IR8, Basmati, Sonamukhi, Sonamasuri, etc. The important rice products generally marketed are parboiled rice, that is boiled rice, parched rice, that is parboiled rice is heated to a high temperature in iron pan containing sand, flaked rice, it is prepared by soaking paddy in water for 2 to 3 days. After cooking, water is drained off and the paddy is heated in a shallow earthen or iron pan till the husk bursts open. Then it is pounded by wooden pestle which flattens the rice and removes the husk. Uses are: the rice is used as food after boiling. The rice flour is used in the preparation of various food items. Rice supplies carbohydrates and very little quantity of minerals and vitamins. Bran is the byproduct of milling, contains moisture, fat, proteins and small amount of vitamins used as cattle food. Bran oil is extracted from the bran and is used as cooking media and in the preparation of vanaspati ghee, also used in soaps and textile industry. Bran wax obtained as byproduct in bran oil extraction and used to coat candy in cosmetics like lipsticks. Paddy husk is used as fuel. Coming to wheat, wheat forms the principal staple food of majority of human races. Wheat is cultivated in temperate part of the globe. USA is the largest wheat producer and in India it is chiefly grown in Punjab, Haryana, UP and Madhya Pradesh. There are three species of wheat under cultivation, namely Triticum aestivum bread wheat, Triticum durum that is macaroni wheat and Triticum dioicocum emmer wheat. There are many wheat varieties under cultivation and some of them are Sarabati, Sonora, Moti, Kalyan, Sona, etc. Some of its uses are: nutritionally wheat is foremost among the cereals. It has 60% of carbohydrate, 8 to 15% protein in addition to fat, minerals and vitamins which are also present in smaller amounts. Wheat is consumed mostly in the form of flour obtained by milling the grain. Wheat is generally atta, that is wholemeal, or suji or rava and maida. Wheat is used in making bread, biscuits, beverages, cakes and to millets. The important millets are ragi and jowar. In addition, many millets like pearl millet, kodo millet are under cultivation. The first and foremost is a ragi, which is also called finger millet. It is the staple food of rural folk of South India. Ragi is cultivated in Africa, Japan, China and Malaysia. In India, ragi is grown extensively in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. It is cultivated as a rain-fed crop. Ragi is botanically called Elysian coracona and the present day ragi might have been originated from Elysian indica, a common grass. The native home of ragi may be India or Africa. There are many ragi varieties under cultivation. Some of them are Indaf, Kaveri, Ansa, Anpurna, etc. Uses are: ragi is usually converted into flour and used in variety of food preparations like cake, pudding, etc. Ragi malt obtained from the germinated grains is a refreshing and nutritious beverage. Ragi is recommended as a whole food for diabetic patients. Ragi straw is a nutritious fodder for cattle. Coming to jowar. Jowar is one of the important millets. Jowar is grown in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. Jowar is cultivated in other countries also like Africa, China, USA, etc. Jowar is botanically called Sorghum vulgare. It is originated from wild grass Sorghum elapensis and jowar has several varieties of which CSH 1 to 8 series is grown commonly. Some of its uses are: jowar is converted into flour and used in the preparation of cake. A fresh or dried plant forms the fodder for cattle. Next, coming to the another economic important group of plants called fiber yielding plants. The use of fiber by man date back to prehistoric period. It is being used in textiles and rough weavings. The fibers are long sclerenchyma cells with tapering ends. The walls are uniformly lignified, commercially long airy thread-like structures which are present in plant spots which are called fibers. Classification of fibers. Fibers are classified on the basis of two criteria, namely origin and structure and commercial utilization. Based on origin and structure, fibers are classified into surface fiber produced from epidermal cells, soft fiber associated with phloem called bast fibers, odd-leaf fiber found in leaves and fruits of monocotyledons, and secondly, based on commercial utilizations, fibers are classified into textile fibers used for fabrics, brush fiber used for brushes and brooms, cordage fibers used for ropes and hats, natural fibers used directly for clothing, paper making fibers, fibers used in manufacture of paper. So, under fiber yielding plants, the first and foremost is cotton plants. Botanically, cotton is called Gossypium herbaceum, belonging to the family Malvaceae. The parts that are used in cotton are seed surface and fibers. Cotton fiber is a surface fiber developed from epidermal cells of the seeds. It is a long fiber and the average width varies from 20 to 30 micrometers. The fiber is translucent, hollow tube characterized by presence of convolutions that repeatedly change the direction along its length. The fiber has outer cuticle followed by primary and secondary wall towards inner side. Chemically, the fiber contains 94% of cellulose. The main uses are: cotton fibers are used in manufacture of fine cotton threads, which in turn used in textile industry. Raw cotton is made into absorbent cotton and it is used in laboratories and in industries. Unspun cotton is used for stuffing sofas and mattress, etc. Cotton seed yields cotton seed oil used in the manufacture of Vanaspati ghee. Coming to jute. Botanically, it is called Corchorus capsularis, belonging to the family Tiliaceae. The parts used are stem bark and stem. The jute fiber is a soft fiber called bast fiber and it develops from secondary phloem region of the stem. The fiber contains many elongated sclerenchyma cells. The fibers are obtained from the plants by retting process, and in this process mature plants are cut close to the ground and left in bundles in the field for drying. After drying, the stem cuttings are soaked in water. Due to the activity of bacteria, the soft tissue decomposes, releasing fibers. The separated fibers are collected and sun dried. Uses are: fibers are generally used in the manufacture of gunny bags and threads. Coming to coir, its botanical name is Quercus nucifera, belonging to the family Eriaceae, and the important parts used are mesocarp of the coconut drupe. Coir is a odd fiber obtained from mesocarp part of the whole coconut. The individual fiber of coir is generally consists of several sclerenchyma cells. The wall of the fiber is composed of lignin and hemicellulose. As the lignin content increases the fiber, it becomes stiffer and tougher. Some of the uses are: coir is used in rope making and as packing material. Coir is rubberized and used for making cushion seats. Cricket mat, door mats and mattress are manufactured from coir. Coir boards are made from coir which are used in audio recording studio as sound. The legume seeds are popularly called pulses. The mature seeds are non-endospermous and the foods are stored in the cotyledons. The high protein content in the pulses is due to the presence of root nodules since they contain nitrogen fixing bacteria. Pulses constitute an important source of protein in a vegetarian diet in addition to carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals which are also present in the pulse. Following are some of the principal pulse crops. Pigeon pea, which is also called red gram. It is an important pulse crop. The center of origin is believed to be Upper Nile region of Africa. In India, the cultivation dates back to 2000 BC. Pigeon pea is cultivated in all tropical countries. In India, it is most commonly grown in Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Botanically, pigeon pea is called Cajanus cajan. This has many cultivated varieties, namely Togari number 3, TS 24, Thar Hyderabad, etc. Primary uses are pigeon pea is cooked and eaten as vegetable in the fresh state. The dried cotyledons are used as dal. The plant is used as forage for cattle. The plant serves as a host for lac insects. The dried cuttings are used as fuel. Next, Bengal gram, chickpea. This is one of the oldest pulses. The cultivation and utilization of this pulse since time immemorial. Native home of Bengal gram is Western Asia. India is the principal country producing gram and it is grown chiefly in Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. Botanically, Bengal gram is called Cicer ariantum and commonly cultivated varieties are Badachana, Kadalet 2, 3, etc. Uses are gram seeds are either eaten raw or cooked. The ground flour is used in various types of fried snacks, both hot and sweet. The grains are largely fed to horses. The plant is a good fodder. Black gram. It is one of the important pulses. Its native home is India and is deeply grown in southern Europe and Africa. In India, it is mainly grown in Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, West Bengal, AP and Karnataka. Botanically, black gram is called Vigna mungo, that is synonymous, is called Passiolis mungo, and commonly cultivated varieties are Mash 48, Corrigan 3, Sincada 11. Uses: black gram is used in the form of dal or parched. The husked dal is ground into pasted and allowed to ferment and mixed with rice flour to make dosa and idli. Many snacks are prepared from dal. The timber refers to the wood used for construction. The wood is the product of secondary growth in plants, contains mostly secondary xylem. The wood is generally composed of vessels, tracheids, medullary rays and xylem fibers. The wood is characterized and identified as follows: porous and non-porous wood. In transverse section, the vessel appear large pores when compared to tracheids. Wood with vessels called porous wood, while woods having tracheids are called non-porous wood. Angiosperm wood is porous and gymnosperm wood is non-porous. Hurley wood and late wood. The spring wood is called hurley wood and summer wood is called late wood. The early wood and late wood together constitute annual rain. Sapwood and heartwood. The peripheral part of secondary xylem is sapwood and inner part of secondary xylem with dead tissue called heartwood. The heartwood is highly valuable and used for high quality furniture. Storied or non-storied wood. Xylem elements are arranged in clear-cut strata or without. Grains. The size and shape arrangement of cells in a wood contributing to the variation in appearance of wood called grains of wood. Some of the important properties of wood are: the property of wood is singly or in combination determines the quality of wood, and the important properties are weight, strength and durability. Following trees is the commercial wood. Some of them are teak. Botanically it is called Tectona grandis, belonging to the family Urbanaceae, and the parts used is wood. Nature of the wood. The wood is hard, characteristically scented, containing oil which act as the preservative. Sapwood is very small and heartwood with the advancement of age become dark golden yellow to dark brown to black. Pores are scattered and scanty and annual rings are marked by regularly arranged spores. Uses are: the wood takes good polish used in variety of household furniture. The wood is used in building ships, for the interior construction of railway compartments, railway sleepers, etc. Rosewood. Botanically it is called Dalbergia latifolia, belonging to the family Fabaceae, and parts used is wood. Nature of wood. The wood is extremely hard and grained sapwood is small yellow in color. Heartwood is dark purple with longitudinal streaks. No distinct annual rings are observed and pores moderately sized. Uses are: the wood is used for cabinet work and furniture, and lastly it is widely used in pianos and aesthetic goods. So, with this I have come to the conclusion of this important topic, economic botany, where I covered cereals, millets, timbers, which are very important from the point of mankind. So, this shows that both plants and mankind are dependent on each other.